Lots of push, lots of rush to the next stop. Now you're ready for your best shot. Now you're ready to show us what you got. Ooh, show us what you got. 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 What you got. Show us what you got. Show us what you got. Show us what you got.
Got it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start Divine 9 versus A-MEI-ZING. I've got my co-caster here, 7th Ace. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing tonight, Ghost Dunk?
I'm doing real well. I had a really fun game casting C West. Really exciting game there. But I'm ready to get going here for B West. Real quick before we get started, this is a very important game for Divine 9. Divine 9 can secure themselves a playoff spot by winning here, but it's going to be a daunting task as A-MEI-ZING has not lost to anybody and only dropped one map all season. So with that, we are going to jump right in here with Sky Temple.
Yep, Divine 9 and Lurk Patrol are the last two to take a Division B West playoff slot. And basically, it'll come down to, will it be Jason and Divine 9 or myself and Lurk Patrol to make it in? So yeah. We'll have to see. A full win, as you said here, secures it for Divine 9. Mm-hmm. Anything else, and they'll need team conflict to take a game off of Lurk Patrol.
Yeah, very true. And now, I have not really seen a lot of A-MEI-ZING so far. Do you know much about their playstyle?
We were the only ones to take the map off of them, so we did a lot of research to figure out what to do. They play a very, very impressive macro style play.
Okay.
But teams have found weaknesses in their team fighting as Li-Ming gets picked up for the first pick.
Yeah. First Uther ban here from A-MEI-ZING makes me think that they're going to go some kind of instant blow up, or they've got some kind of divine shield they don't want to let through. Very interesting first ban here from A-MEI-ZING. And they get up the Hanzo, too, and they definitely wanted the Shimada brother, and I'm a little bit surprised Divine 9 didn't grab the Hanzo first. Only a little bit because, you know, Hanzo's not... I don't know that Hanzo's necessarily a must-first pick, but a lot of teams sure think he is, so I'm surprised to see Li-Ming grab first.
Yeah, still a very strong pickup even after the recent changes. When we scrimmed Divine 9 yesterday, we took Hanzo on this map. So... we'll see if they have a new plan for them, because we were able to take the game off of them. So we'll see. We will see. They have been practiced for this.
Yeah. So you've put them through the ringer, and maybe they'll come out on the other end a little bit stronger. Hanzo Alex Straza immediately, the double dragon right here, pickup for A-MEI-ZING. I do like the Alex Straza, but it's surprising to see her this early in a draft.
Yep, we got the Blizzard cinematic from BlizzCon coming out, but Lightnex plays a monstrous Alex Straza. She was definitely one of the biggest problems we had when facing A-MEI-ZING, and so we made sure to pick up / ban Alex Straza in the game we took. So I think A-MEI-ZING puts a very, very high priority on that, and I'm not surprised to see her picked up this early.
Yeah, she can be very deadly in the right hands for sure. Sonya and Greymane coming out here for Divine 9. Pretty solid picks, I think, on this map. You know, camps can be important. But A-MEI-ZING already putting emphasis on boss control with the Hanzo pick up here.
Yeah, I like Divine 9's strategy of bringing their macro right up to the level where they can compete with A-MEI-ZING here. And as long as they're able to match the macro and beat out A-MEI-ZING in the team fights, I think they've got a really good shot at this map and taking multiple games off of A-MEI-ZING.
Yeah.
So I like their choices.
EGC banned out and Snap Tyrael pick being taken. Is A-MEI-ZING well known for playing a fearsome Tyrael, or is that just?
Yes.
I mean, Tyrael is just good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. One of their players is a very well-practiced Tyrael, and right now, other than Tyrael just being plain out good, it's just a really solid ban, both as a target to A-MEI-ZING and as a general ban.
Yeah. So pick him there, and also helps out with the ETC being banned. Banning out another warrior makes sure that they at least don't get all the best ones, I suppose. A-MEI-ZING. Now thinking about their next pick here, and this pick absolutely crucial. The key moment in the draft here, in my opinion.
Yeah, ETC and Tyrael do seem to be their main two tanks, so I'm interested to see what A-MEI-ZING's going to come up with since they banned out ETC and then got Tyrael banned onto them. Arthas and...
Yeah, the question is this a solo tank Arthas or not, is my question.
I would say no.
Yeah, my guess is no as well, but I've been surprised before. So Arthas Jaina being grabbed up here. Jaina works well with Arthas. The slow from Alex Straza and Jaina and Arthas make really good targets, especially for Jaina to get that Blizzard down on a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely a potent combination. Jaina will land her skill shots more often, and nobody will have the ability to retreat on the side of Divine 9 unless they pick up something like a Lucio. Yeah. They do need to pick up their main tank and support, so I think Lucio could be a really key factor in preventing some of the slowed down pickoffs.
Yeah.
And will provide the amount of healing needed and burst prevention.
Yeah, and here with the Jaina, we definitely see the reason that Uther was banned out. Banning Uther not only takes away 2 cleanses with Divine Shield and Cleanse, but it also stops the Uther burst damage heal. So Jaina going to be able to get a lot of value out. And the Malfurion and Nubarak coming out here. So they are just going all in here on the side of Divine 9.
Yep, this is a very standard draft for Divine 9. We see a lot of their comfort picks come out. Anubarak is a particular main tank that they played yesterday against us. Malfurion is also Jason specialty. He plays a very solid Malfurion.
Okay.
And we'll see what kind of talents he takes, especially looking at that semi-cleanse on level 7.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of Malfurions, especially ones that more or less main the character. They go for the Q movement speed at 1. And there's the Dahaka getting that global advantage for A-MEI-ZING for sure. Definitely going to play into their macro playstyle. And banning out the ETC definitely helps with that because it denies them sort of a half global on the side of Divine 9. And they know they're not going to grab Tyrael, or not Tyrael, Falstad. So good pickup there. So it is the solo tank Arthas, though.
Yeah, for the most part. Dahaka is played more as a bruiser here.
Yeah.
But that's not too bad of a spot to be in. I think also with the ETC ban, they did target out Mosh Pit because they have no interrupts on this team.
Yeah.
The tongue requires a very specific point to be used as an interrupt, but other than that, they really didn't draft anything, so a good ban out there. We'll have to see how it all works out.
Yeah, I would say Dahaka Tongue probably one of the hardest to interrupt Mosh up there, right up there with Lucio Boop without the talent.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, it's there's no question about what's going on. Divine 9 is going to look to blow somebody up on the side of A-MEI-ZING before they can really get things started. And it's going to be trouble for them if A-MEI-ZING survives the initial blow with Arthas, Jaina, and Alex Straza slowing everybody down to Haka in for the CC. So it's going to be a rough team fight if they don't pull it off. So in we go to Sky Temple here. As we go on the left side in the blue, we're going to have Divine 9 fighting for their playoff lives here. Let me switch the scene real quick. We've got the Jason, as you said, on the Malfurion, Dundee Smasher playing the Li Ming, Ribley, Beast Stephanus on the Greymane, Judge Bread on the Sonya, and Dankstrom on the Anubarak.
All right, and on the right side of Sky Temple, we do have A-MEI-ZING. We have Kazin on Dahaka, Nukes for Kids on Arthas, Lazai on the Jaina, HZE on, who is that? Hanzo? That is Hanzo new here. And Lightnex on the Alexstrasza.
Oh, and looks like we're going to see Divine Nine immediately start bot, see if they can get themselves a tower here. Dankstrom's going to anchor the point up here as they go right in. They're going to get those beetles onto that tower. Haka comes down here. He decides not to walk through the entire team. Liaison throws out a route to stop it, and they get that tower. Meanwhile, it doesn't look like they've responded in kind, but they have pushed the minions all the way to the tower, gotten soaked there, and they managed to catch an Arthas out here. The stun comes down for the Anubrak. Nooser Kids going down. There's the root. Possibly going to be able to finish the kill. Li Ming jumps forward and throws an orb to make sure that it happens. Arthas goes down. But meanwhile, up here top, they're pushing all the way in on this tower, getting a little bit of damage here. So a slight lead for Divine Nine, but definitely trying to flex early game as much as they can, for sure.
Yeah, that was a good play to throw A-MEI-ZING off their typical strategy. It kind of rattles you if you get picked off a little bit early, can interrupt your lane arrangements, do all that kind of stuff. So I think that's a good play, even if they did just trade out evenly with that. I like what Divine Nine's showing so far.
Yeah. So A-MEI-ZING immediately grabbing this night camp. Jaina's a little bit in trouble here, but she's going to be just fine. Greymane and Malfurion starting there, so even macro play here for both teams. We're going to take a look at the level 1 talents as people get camps. They're going to look at Shandow's Clarity for the Malfurion. That's the build he's going. Greymane opts for Wolfheart. Very interesting. Coming from there. Pretty much standard. Sonya going for block to win this soul lane, which she's doing a pretty good job on. Against this Dahaka. Malfurion comes down, just throw Judgebred a little bit of a heal. Alexstrasza going W build. So is Hanzo. Very interesting talent choice there for Hanzo, and they're going to have these night camps pushing up top. I don't think there's any more surprises. Arthur's going the root build, which is not a surprise, being that he's probably the main peel on the side of A-MEI-ZING.
Yeah, I agree. We do have 5 quests out from A-MEI-ZING, so
Yeah.
they're going to be team quest. The only thing that surprised me is the Circle of Life taken on level 1 from a Lightnex.
Oh, the Kazin has an excellent burrow to dodge the gank here, coming out from Jason and Dendy Smasher, and the Greymane run Ribley. Ribley's going to go ahead and start this camp up here. Arthas and Sonya stay mid, and the temples are popped as A-MEI-ZING wins the top night race. They got 3 pushing onto this wall, and they're going to get the full wall, probably the well, too.
Yeah, with that gank going unsuccessfully being fired off into that bottom lane, that left A-MEI-ZING pretty much free to push into that top lane. They get the entire wall and about a level advantage going into the first temple phase.
All right, Arthur sees the rotation, backs off before any real danger is in store here, and Lightnex is going to go ahead and sit onto this temple. Big Orb coming out there, getting a little bit of poke onto the team is going to be just fine. Jaina gets her own poke in as well. Dahaka, of course, staying bottom, being that global. Sonya trying to desperately clear up top before getting... She's going to go right onto that temple now. Meanwhile, they throw the orb out. Dankstrom trying to fish for something, just trying to throw some beetles on here. Not having a whole lot of luck trying to get some kind of angle up here, but Arthas taking a good amount of poke damage. Oh, there's a lot of damage going. There's a big heal from Alexstrasza, and they have to back off the temple for a little bit. Here comes the Dragon Queen. They're going to re-engage real quick. Getting a root onto the Anubrak, but the orb comes from the side, and they just stay on the temple. Enough sustained from the Dragon Queen, and not enough poke coming out from Divine Nine. Gets them the full temple, but meanwhile, Sonya's up here getting it for themselves. So they just trade out here as A-MEI-ZING gets a slight level advantage. They get to 7 first. We're going to see what they do with it.
Yeah, that was a good defense there by A-MEI-ZING. They were able to secure all of that center temple, even while under a good bit of laming pressure from Dendy Smasher. So nice job there. I believe Siege Giants were picked up pretty recently, judging by the timer. But it looks like Kazin was able to clean it up, and he'll continue soaking down in that bottom lane.
Indeed, he gets a lot of damage onto that tower, and Hanzo grabbed the siege camp, so they're going to be pushing onto this bottom wall, as is common for this map, because the next temple is going to be the bottom temple.
Yeah, we'll have to see if, as the gank goes down onto Kazin, looks like he will pop the essence and be okay. The key part here is trying to hit that level 10 before the next temple pops. Since the timer has changed on it from the 2018 gameplay update, you can now get level 10 before this bottom temple and almost have that temple secured, especially if you're if the other team isn't 10. So look for A-MEI-ZING to not miss a single bit of soak trying to do that.
Yeah, and A-MEI-ZING doing really well down here. And by the way, you have no idea how hard it is going to be for me to not say A-MEI-ZING doing amazing this entire cast, but I will try not to. There's a gank onto Lightnex here. The big orb doesn't quite hit into the Alex Strauss. She could go down anyway. There's the key root from JSON getting the kill, and that's what Divine 9 needed to bring them back up in time for this temple phase.
Yep, they'll need another pick or two like that when it's a little more timely, but nonetheless, a nice pickup is going to give them control of the bottom lane, maybe get the tower knocked down in the wall, and then they should have a nice advantage as long as they're not down those heroic talents, which are looming on the horizon for A-MEI-ZING.
Yeah, looking at the soak here, A-MEI-ZING out-soaking by 2,000 experience points. So doing an excellent job there. But the kills, on the other hand, have gotten them a 1,000 bonus on the side of Divine 9.
Not quite canceling out as those early kills are just a little bit weaker, but nonetheless, they're not too far behind in an easily coverable position as A-MEI-ZING aggresses onto the boss, and I don't know that Divine 9 knows about this at all.
Yeah, Dankstrom's going to find out about it soon enough, and he gets his 10. They have their 10s. The Dragon Arrow comes out, make sure he can't get on the point, but he comes in, and they're going to start contested spot. Dragon Queen comes out. The Cocoon goes down onto Arthas. Hanzo getting super low. He has to back out, but here comes the Blizzard, and the damage onto Divine 9 is just too much as A-MEI-ZING destroys them on this point, going 3 kills to 0. Alex Strauss pushes back. Sony has to use Leap to get out, and that's bad news for Divine 9.
Yeah, definitely not what they're going for there, Cotton. We want to... I think the biggest part of that was having Sonya and Dahaka sitting in the top lane.
Yeah.
So Dahaka could easily burrow down and make it a 5v4. In addition, Dahaka was able to interrupt the Twilight Dream, which would have almost certainly secured a kill onto Hanzo or Jaina, who are
the
both
tongue onto the Sonya doing this. Camp gets super low, tries to spear, doesn't quite make it, and Dahaka might pay for this cheeky aggression onto the Sonya. Kazan uses his Brush Stalker speed to get out. Are they going to be able to finish this kill off? Here comes Alex Strauss to try and do it. Dendy Smasher uses the beam to try and get some kind of damage, and Dahaka just walks right out.
Yeah, he made great use of that enhanced agility talent there, getting the bonus move speed through those bushes. If you saw, he just barely clipped the bushes on the right side of that Bruiser camp to speed on out of there. So nice evasion there, and now all the forts for Divine 9 are down.
Yeah, the Dinos got the jukes. Dahaka made them think twice about that camp. They're going to push on this camp. Dahaka's going to be able to push on here and sort of make their camp win, so to speak. Meanwhile, A-MEI-ZING is grabbing this bottom camp, and they're going to be moving as 4 here. They find Divine 9. They are up a talent here. They could engage here if they wanted to. They find Dankstrom. Here's the route onto Anubarak. Gets him down. Anubarak uses the Unstoppable to burrow in and get something done. Anubarak goes down immediately. The Cocoon, though, on Arthas keeps him out of the fight, and they're trying desperately to get some kind of damage down, but the Siege Giants and the Jaina damage are just too much as 3 go down here in this engage. So another rough engage here for Divine 9.
Yeah, they've got to change something up in how they're engaging here, and I think the first thing that I would do is try and put this Cocoon onto Lightnex as opposed to Arthas. While putting it onto Arthas allows him to jump into the backline, the Cleansing Flame is coming out and sustaining the backline dive targets way too well, and I think that's really causing problems.
Another big stun onto Judge Bread here from Kazan. Sonya's having a real rough time with this Dahaka, and a rough time with this night camp in general.
A-MEI-ZING is looking incredibly strong this game.
Yeah.
They have shown absolutely no weaknesses outside of those first, like, minute or 2 minutes of that game. This has been really strong.
Yeah, for sure. And do you suppose that Anubarak burrow was a misclick?
I don't think so. I think they were pretty committed into going into the dive the way they dropped the Cocoon, burrowed in at the same time, and tried to blow up Lightnex. He dropped down to less than 100 health. Invade comes in, and it's just nukes.
They're just going to get it for free, and it's 12 to 15. Ripley is caught in a bad place, and he goes down.
And these temples are for keep. The bottom keep wall is exposed. The top keep wall is half down.
Yeah.
So going to be a really tough time. Best Divine 9 can do is hope for either some picks or just a temple split.
Yeah, they definitely want the temple split with the 2 temples. If A-MEI-ZING is able to get both of them, that's really bad news. These temples are going to do a lot of damage to this keep. This keep is almost dead, and you've got a siege camp pushing on. This keep is almost certainly done for bottom.
Yeah, definitely. What they don't need, though, is that top keep going down. They do have the 13, so they are going to make an aggressive play on the same talent tier and see if they can use their advantage while Arthas is in bottom and take 5v4.
They're looking for a wipe, but they get a big stun onto Dendy Smasher. Gets out, but not in time. The Jaina able to kill her. Meanwhile, Greymane focusing back here, but Malfurion going down because of all the cleansing flame damage to Haka doing, and another rough time here for Divine 9 as 4 more go down. A-MEI-ZING, proving why they are absolutely the best in B West.
Yep, a great counter engage again. Lightnix goes up with that cleansing flame, prevents everything on top of the team of A-MEI-ZING, and even on the same talent tier 4v5, the peeling was just too much, and A-MEI-ZING is going to take this top keep with it too.
Yeah, and the temple is not even done yet, so after they're done with this, they could still go back and get temple.
What a smart macro play.
Yeah.
They're going to take their free damage with their heroes onto the... Engage comes out as Jaina goes into the cocoon.
Yeah, the cocoon forces them to stick by. Here comes the leap onto Jaina. Jaina finally does blow up. Their blow-up comp finally paying off. Denkus though looking real low. They have to disengage here. They are too strong on the side of A-MEI-ZING. Dendy Smasher tries to shoot the laser out. The big root on the Anubrak. Anubrak finally able to get the bro charge out. Gets down to about 200 health, and they do. They make the disengage happen, and they get the 1 kill, which honestly feels like a victory for now, but looking at the rest of the map, it's still a rough road ahead for Divine 9.
Yeah, they got Jaina while right after Ice Block and
Big stun onto the Malfurion here. Jason, here comes the Anubrak to help out. Jason just sort of poking at this. Arthur's or Dankstrom getting burned down by the rest of the team. He's going sort of off into space. Alex Straza now chasing him. Cleansing Flame going back onto the front line. Greymane jumps in, tries to get the Arthas. Arthas just does not make it. Some amazing heals by Alex Straza gets him almost to safety. Dahaka burrows out and just goes elsewhere. And there's some really good counter engage from Divine 9.
Yeah, that was a strong fight. They were able to punch through the cleansing flame on Arthas, got the blow up. It was just coming off the cooldown, so they're able to get the damage on early enough. But it looks like down a player, A-MEI-ZING is going to go take boss with that scatter build. That is some impressive use of that bottom lane pressure, and Divine 9 has to respond to that as that's on open core. And
it almost feels like Divine 9 kind of forgot how short the death timers are, even at this stage of the game.
It's regardless of what it was, they had to clear out the bottom lane and try and take top temple to prevent the middle keep from going down. Just a lot of stuff had to be done, and it looks like A-MEI-ZING was able to slip through the cracks and pick up this boss, and it will do permanent core damage here.
So Divine 9 having doing the defense of their life, down to 16 tier talent. The full team from A-MEI-ZING is engaging. They've got this boss down. They're burning it down pretty fast. But here comes Dahaka with the burrow. Gets Judge Bread out of position, has to spin away, but they get the boss down, but the core, the shields are down. It's down to 75%, and you've got Siege Giants and a Catapult pushing on it. I don't think this core is going to last. This is going to be a really difficult time for Divine 9. A-MEI-ZING not pushing in just yet. Divine 9 clearing this up. They get the core down to 56%, and A-MEI-ZING looking for a kill to make sure they can get this. The silence comes out. There's the Twilight Dream. They hit the Arthas and the Haka. They get the Arthas in the cocoon, and they kill the Sonya dies. The Nubarak dies, and that's going to be it for Divine 9.
GG once again. Cleansing Flame and the 3-level scaling was too much to overcome, and it resulted in Jaina just surviving, causing just a little bit extra damage, a little bit more of extension, and it led to a sweeping victory for Divine 9. Or for A-MEI-ZING.
Yeah, amazing for sure. A-MEI-ZIng. Yeah, I've done the same thing at least 3 times this cast. So we're gonna see how we do on the next map, and the next map is Towers of Doom.
Now that's a very interesting choice from Divine 9 because that is nothing like Sky Temple, or some of their more comfort maps, Battlefield of Eternity and Infernal Shrines, if I remember correctly. So, gonna be interesting to see what they have in store for this map. But what a strong performance there by A-MEI-ZING.
Yeah, it's definitely scary. You do a lot of prepping going into this game, and it never compares to quite to the reality of facing a team like that.
Yep, but I think Divine Nine is more favored on their own map. They've got a plan set out for sure. They've got specific picks, specific bands that they're looking to make. Sky Temple, by the sounds of it, really threw them off, and A-MEI-ZING looked unstoppable with that draft. They cleared really well. They watched their macro, and their fights were absolutely spot on. So definitely showed they've been ready for that map for a very long time. But we'll see what they have against Towers of Doom, one of the less popular maps here in Division B.
Yeah, and Towers of Doom is one of those maps where you can execute your plan and not have and be able to. You can draft well enough so that they can't interrupt you. So I've seen teams do things where they simply just get altars and not fight the enemy team. I've seen kill comps. I've seen people poke things out. So there's a lot of ways to approach this map, and so I think a lot more options for Divine Nine to bring something surprising in.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to what they're trying to bring here. But regardless of what they bring, I think their target focus has got to change just a little bit. While it was good in the fights or in the picks they got, the ones they didn't really seem to get scattered all over the place. And either the Cleansing Flame was able to provide just enough healing to work out, or the target just got away. It just ended up not being quite enough, and that's going to hopefully be cleaned up a little bit in this next game.
Yeah, it was a little rough. The Anubarak, I think, was the key to their engage, and what it often ended up being was a burrow in, and the Anubarak would have to basically stall for time as he hoped the rest of his team was able to finish the rest of A-MEI-ZING off. So the engages were a little bit rough for them. Having a little trouble getting the captain into the game here. Let's see if I can get maybe somebody else. There we go. Okay. All right, now we are ready to roll here. We're going to get the rest of the players in here. Do you think they maintained the Alex Straza high priority pick here?
100%.
Okay.
Alex Straza is their carry hero.
Yeah.
That is... Alex Straza was easily the MVP of that game.
Oh, for sure.
And I think it's up to Divine Nine to ban Alex Straza away as soon as possible, because that play was exactly the same type of phenomenal play that walked over our team in our game.
All right, so it looks like we got one more player getting into the lobby here. Now, here's where Divine Nine is really hoping that they can pull out all the stops here. So I'm expecting a really interesting composition coming out for them.
Yep. As a playoff update, though, because they didn't win, this match no longer matters in terms of the playoff picture.
Okay.
It is now solely up to Lurk Patrol NA to win against Team Conflict or go home. If Lurk Patrol NA wins, they're in. Otherwise, Divine Nine will remain in the playoffs.
Okay, so this match, at least looking for bragging rights to see if they can be the only other team in Division B to West to take a game off of A-MEI-ZING.
Yep. And if they make it in, guess who their first opponent is? Number 1 seed A-MEI-ZING.
Yep.
So it's all practice one way or the other.
Exactly. So maybe you don't want to show a whole lot here.
I think for pride, you go all out. Because, again, if you don't make it, you want to leave it all on the table.
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
We'll see something spectacular from Divine Nine.
This is right. This very well could be the final game here for Divine Nine. Another Uther band. Just A-MEI-ZING just does not like Uther.
That's pretty contrary to what I've seen. In the previous games, I've seen a lot of Lucio bans. I believe that was what we received.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't seen Uther bans at all, so I'm curious as to what they're planning with that again. But
Yeah, I mean,
once again, Divine 9 takes out Genji.
Yeah. So last time, like, Divine 9 didn't really have that huge of a comp. I mean, maybe they are looking to deny the Uther to them. I mean, he could have come in handy for sure in those fights, but I feel like even if had they had an Uther, that wouldn't have changed the game plan for A-MEI-ZING at all.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, Li Ming and Hanzo. Quick picked up by Divine 9, so we will see Li Ming again.
Yeah. I have to imagine the Li Ming player, I forget who it was, on the side of Divine 9, just really likes playing that here. It's like, give me Li Ming again. I gotta have it.
That is Dendy Smasher, I'm pretty sure.
So Dendy Smasher saying, hey, look, Li Ming's good on this map. You can poke people out, and I really want another shot at her. So, of course, the Alex Straza second pick here coming out from A-MEI-ZING.
So far, they've got everything they want, so gotta see impressive performance in this game. Maybe Divine 9 will have good bottom lane strats, good something good to bring out here, but so far everything has fallen the way of A-MEI-ZING in this draft. We'll see what their slow pickup is here, though.
This is going to say a lot about what they want to do. Tyrael and Alex Straza don't give a whole lot of information here, especially because they seem to be sort of comfort picks for A-MEI-ZING. They go for the Jaina again.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, so
This is definitely...
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, no, Sam was like, maybe they were thinking the Jaina ahead of time, or they grab her now because they say, well, they don't have an Uther, they don't have a Tyrael. Jaina's going to get a little bit more value here. Or maybe they just looking to grab what they think is going to work well against Divine 9. The Jaina did so much damage against them, for sure.
Yeah, she did a lot of very important blow-up damage. I'm curious to see what they'll combo this with. Sonya was banned out on the side of Divine 9, which is a very reasonable ban.
Yeah.
They've played... A-MEI-ZING has played Sonya before, and she is a very dominant soul laner right now, so not a surprise.
Yeah, Sonya being unnerfed, of course, she is a lot stronger than she was in the previous patch. They're going to go ahead and ban out the ETC, go ahead and take away a very powerful tank away from Divine 9. We're going to see what they go for here for tank.
Yeah, I want to see something good here. A Nubrak to Haka here, so we're sticking to the same general formula, but they do have two long-range poke heroes, which will work better on Towers of Doom.
Yeah, and what I want to see here, I think, is the Nubrak play a little bit less aggressive with this composition, especially with... oh my god, I forgot to change it to the dang draft. Hopefully our wonderful commentary was enough for you to visualize it in your minds, and they go for the Illidan.
Passadar. It's going to be the Illidan comp. They've picked this once before. Only sub was a Genji over a Jaina. So, Brightwing picked up immediately by Jason. So that'll be the answer to the Illidan, but we'll have to see. This comp is not prepared.
Yeah, it's really rough. With the Brightwing, you do have the answer to Illidan, but Jaina is going to be raining that Blizzard on you, and she's going to be able to poke you out if you're not careful here.
Yeah, this is going to be a very tough game for Divine 9, I feel. Anubrak, as you said, probably won't play as aggressive this game, mainly because they've got so much poke. Anubrak will be saving the Cocoon and the double stun for Illidan and Tyrael dives. And hopefully being able to cover Li Ming and Hanzo enough where they can rip apart the enemy team before they get blown up by an Illidan.
Yeah, so there's a lot of ways to kill you on the side of A-MEI-ZING, so Divine 9 is going to have to play careful and pick their engages in a smart way, because Brightwing is going to have a real tough time if everything that A-MEI-ZING throws at you hits you.
I'd agree with that.
All right, so here we are on Towers of Doom, and on the side of the Raven Lord, we've got Divine 9. We've got Dendy Smasher again on the Li Ming, Jason playing the Brightwing. Ripley on the Hanzo, Dextrum playing the Anubarak, and Judge Bread on that Dahaka.
And the minions of the Gravekeeper are amazing. We have Kazin moving over to Tassadar, Lightnex on the Alex Straws again, Nukes for Kids on Tyrael, Lazai on Jaina, and HZE on the all-critical Illidan.
We're going to see how it works out here. Li Ming is going to be... Illidan's going to have a rough time, I think, into Li Ming.
Yeah, there is kind of a anti-dive build you can go with Li Ming. If you're really kind of on top of it, you can go with the Cannoneer Talon on 13, Calamity on 7, and you can put out a lot of defensive damage once Illidan has used his movement skills. And we'll have to see if Dindy Smasher goes to that or sticks to more of the standard build that he did last game.
Yeah, and in fact, Li Ming here goes power hungry, which surprises me. Going into a Jaina, not grabbing that force armor, Li Ming might have a tough time with it. We're going to see if the power hungry pays off or if Dindy Smasher is facing too much damage from the Jaina.
Yeah, Jason does have that Pixie Dust, which grants 25 spell armor.
True.
So that might be able to help in a case of a Jaina blow-up. But the main threat is Illidan, who is mostly auto-attack based. So I'm okay with going for that bonus damage and the bonus mana regen in order to try and get rid of Illidan fast.
Yeah, and Illidan already getting onto this Li Ming and doing a great amount of damage. 2v1 here in the bottom lane. Tassadar has pushed Dahaka all the way back, and they're getting a good amount of damage on the tower up here. Kazin doing an excellent job here in the solo lane. And the Pumpkins grabbed 4 amazing right away. And Divine 9 is going to be a little bit slower, but they're going to grab theirs as well. Brightwing just kind of soaking passively up here, as she is wont to do.
Yeah, Amazing didn't draft any crowd control other than the eventual Judgment Hunt combo at level 10.
Yeah.
But, so Jason's pretty safe in any soaking situation.
Right.
But he has no pressure and can obviously just be forced back to the wall, and that wall's going to take a lot of damage. But we'll see how Divine 9 can do in the bottom lane.
Yeah, and Amazing is doing a really good job. They've got so much structure damage on the top and mid lanes here. Meanwhile, though, Divine 9 finally getting their Pumpkins in bottom. They were able to kill the Pumpkins on the side of Amazing. Dankson taking some damage from Illidan, but Illidan getting chunked out here. Hanzo has to leap away, and that's going to be... Hanzo had 2 health. I saw...
Smite.
No, okay, there she goes. There's the smite.
Damn.
Wow.
The 1 HP escape would have been real.
Oh,
but
my
instead,
goodness.
Illidan.
Tyrael gets aggressive, gets in their face, and they're already on the fort on the side of Amazing. And this is something I hadn't noticed in the draft. Divine 9 has no siege. They have almost no siege at all. And it's going to be really rough.
They're a pick comp, or they're a poke comp.
Yeah.
So they're going to look to soak with Dahaka here, and then poke out, especially this bottom altar, or possibly, judging by some of the pings and the positioning, the top altar here.
So
we'll
maybe...
have to-
Good. Ooh, Orb goes down, trying to interrupt here. Lightnex is going to get very well zoned out there by Nukes for Kids. Brightwing grabs the top altar, and it's going to be a fight over the bottom between Illidan and Dahaka here.
God, just perfect plays on the side of Nukes for Kids there. He blocked out all of the Li Ming shots, and nothing else was really able to stop him. Good crowd control combo on HCE, though. Does chunk him about 2/3 of his health, and he could be in a bad spot.
Yeah, good. Stun hits Illidan in the back. Here comes Dragon Queen, though, and that's going to be a big force on the side of Amazing. Orb comes out, gets a bit of damage down, but that Dragon Queen HP is a lot. Dankstrom really suffering. See if he gets the burrow out. He burrows back in instead, looking for maybe a stun on somebody, but the Jaina Blizzard is going to be enough to take him down. And the Anubarak all of a sudden thought he had something there and got a little bit aggressive, but paid for it with his life.
Yep, and I want to point out that level 7 pickup there that Tyrael just took. Swift Retribution grants 25% bonus attack speed and an additional 20% movement speed on top of its already base, I think, 25 movement speed. So you get 45% move speed and 25% attack speed just to enable that Illidan further. Yeah,
and Illidan going all out. He's going Battered Assault here at 1. Alexstrasza going for a sort of a Q build here.
Definitely the pick here against a high poke comp.
Meanwhile, every other level 1 talent in the build seemed to be normal, except we got Dragon Hungers on Hanzo. Not seen that. Hanzo just going full Q build here and just really leaning into that poke build.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. We've run Hanzo a little bit, and that's what I see a lot as HZ now rotates aggressively into the camp area of Divine 9. Is going to jump on Ribley, but I think this will be a disengage on the side of A-MEI-ZING.
Yeah, Big Orb gave an Illidan enough damage that he thought twice about really going in there. Denny Smash reversing the Jaina takes more damage in that trade, and the bottom altar spawns. Tassadar and Dahaka are top. Dahaka is going to be able to dig down here. So Tassadar will be late, so that might give a small advantage to Divine 9 here on this temple, so we'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, though, HGZ jumping in. Danks from Brightwing jumps to him for the shield. Dendy Smasher in the back taking some damage. Anubrak comes in for the peel, and they're going to start channeling. An amazing job of coming out. They kill the Brightwing. They push forward, and Illidan gets enough damage diving those 2 front towers to get the kill. They don't need Tassadar. They just simply 4v4 and push them off of the altar, and a fantastic job.
A-MEI-ZING has shown such a flexibility in the way they play. They've been really strong in these fights. Tassadar is going to continue dumpstering Dahaka as Tassadar does in lane for the longest time, especially now that the full quest is complete for level 1. So,
Yeah,
just such a strong performance.
And A-MEI-ZING has such a strong front line. The Divine 9 has a pick comp, but all A-MEI-ZING really has to do is say, hey, we're just going to walk at you, and the correct characters are going to take the poke, and we're going to have no problem. So they're going to steal the Pumpkin Campus. They've got 8 to 10, and a dominant performance so far coming out from A-MEI-ZING. And meanwhile, Tassadar's bored.
Yeah, he's going Archon in the top lane. He's deciding that these minions shall feel the wrath of Tassadar, the mighty Archon. But he has no mana, and a Li Ming showed up, so he'll disappear, but it'll allow his team to join with and capture the boss. But Divine 9 down to just 24 health pretty early.
Yeah, and Divine 9 has to worry about this mid fort, too. People can come here at any time. It's at half health, and it'll be an easy fort to clear. And with this top fort low, when you have all the forts low like this, you can feel like the impending doom. Like, it's really rough.
Yeah, I kind of feel like there are some kind of towers, and they'll bring some sort of impending sense of doom.
Yeah.
Maybe they should talk about that some in the map description. Sounds like a great title.
Yeah, we'll workshop it with Blizzard. I'll get on the horn with somebody. And uncontested camp here as Divine 9 grabs 10. They look to grab this camp up top here. A-MEI-ZING wastes no time. They immediately go bottom and try to get some damage down here. Going out of Judge Bread. Judge Bread is going to be able to back off, but this wall is going to go down. And I don't know that they can defend this fort. Li Ming is stuck up top. Brightwing has to come down. Going to give him the shield. Dexum's going to try and flank, but it is a 4v5 with Li Ming stuck up top, and they're going to make him think about killing the Anubrak. Anubrak looking for the burrow into safety, makes it through. Just barely, too. Just walks right out of that silo door somehow.
That was impressively close.
Yeah.
Look at the ults picked up. First off, we have Metamorphosis and Sanctification, which I did not expect. I expected the full blow-up on one of the back line heroes, but we do have Emerald Wind, Wave of Force, everything that peels, as Tassadar is in a lot of trouble, and he does not get time to phase shift out, so he will die as Divine 9 gets their first kill of the game.
Yeah, the CC chain there, just enough coming out from Divine 9, able to stop Tassadar from getting any moments of clarity to smash the E button. And I really wish I could hear the smacking on that E button as the Tassadar tried to get out.
Yeah, probably sounds something like... just like that, I would figure, so...
That's a good simulation of there. They're going to go down. Oh, this Brightwing is in absolute danger here. Has to blow Emerald Wind. Jason is going to try and get out, slowed from the Jaina still, and I don't think she's going to make it.
Nope. Nope, and then there goes a Cleansing Flame to cover the retreat, but there is no retreat needed as Divine 9's the one trying to run for their lives.
Yep.
Ooh, just barely got out with the meta with about 40 health or
Yeah,
so.
something like that.
Pretty
Here
good.
comes the Archon, though, putting some splash damage onto everybody. They're underneath their own tower, but they're still in danger as the top 2 towers pop up. Dahaka's going to go ahead and dig top here to see if he can get on the shrine. Dodges the Jaina Q. Jaina starts channeling. Dangstrom's going to be looking for the interrupt here. Gets the stun, misses. Good dodge there by Lisa. I have 3 now here to get this altar. Illidan already gets the altar on their side. It's 11-3. Here comes the Dragon Arrow. No real follow-up on that. And meanwhile, Anubrak pacified as a throw in. Illidan is all over Dendy Smasher as Dendy Smasher tries to get some damage. Dangstrom taking a lot of damage. Dendy Smasher taking a ton of damage. Illidan's going to finish the job on Li Ming. Dangstrom is going to go down. Jaina's now chasing. Brightwing's going to go down. Dangstrom now being chased by a snowman running for his life. And there he goes.
Oh,
And that is
another 3 kills.
And that is rough. And they have the chance to pick up 2 more forts here before channeling this altar. And A-MEI-ZING are looking very, very confident as Judge Bread can't even get Tassadar off the dang fort. He looks for the
This
stun.
actually might be all 3.
Yeah. Oh, this could be a 6 cap before the altar is even picked up. HZE has to back out. It's going to clear the minions, but definitely going to be able to get this fort. Tassadar just has to sneeze at this. Do Protoss sneeze?
No, they don't have any noses.
Okay.
But if they did, it results in an electrical storm. It happens a lot.
Which would kill that fort for sure. So nukes for kids. They're going to grab the altar. I don't think they got 7 shots. No, they got 6 shots. We're really, really lazy there by A-MEI-ZING not getting an extra shot. But they're 6 capped. They're going to try and fight this, but Judge Bread's really low. It's looking pretty bad for Divine 9 right now. They're just oh, the Illidan dives, and the Brightwing Emerald Wind does get the kill, but meanwhile, the Jaina kill on Dahak, but Jaina pays for it as they all feed, trying to keep the 6 cap alive as the game ticks down shot by shot.
Wow. It is
Oh, they're going to stop it. They're going to stop
The
it.
full siege is stopped, but Divine 9 has 4 health left
Yeah.
at 1150. This is such a tough spot because they cannot allow a boss or an altar to go captured for the rest of the game while they capture a total of 36 shots on their own.
Yeah, so I hope you have a sleeping bag because now we're going to see the 36-4 epic comeback on Towers of Doom, a feat that's never been done in Division B West, but it's going to happen. Trust me.
Oh, I don't think we'll have our sleeping bag out. A, if they came back, it would be the most exciting thing I've seen, but B, we have a game-ending boss play coming up with the level 16 talent. Tier advantage. Tassadar's
and
taking that bonus physical damage.
Dangsom's
And-
already hurt. The Divine Emerald Wind comes out trying to isolate the Tyrael, but Tyrell's just too tanky. But they do get the Illidan, though. Excellent play coming out. Dangstrom almost dead. Does go down. The Sanctification helps there. But it's a 2-for-0 as Tassadar went down as well. Divine 9 might be winning this fight. They're pushing their luck a little bit too much. Dendy Smasher now super low. Jaina trying to get some kind of blizzard, but Hanzo comes in. There's the ice block. The ice block may save her life, but no. Dahaka comes in the flank, and they're going to get a 3
Bottom
kills.
altar.
Bottom altar, though, is game. Lightning's trying to backcap it. They get it just in time. And this is the 3 altar phase. They get 3 kills. And here's where it starts, ladies and gentlemen. Here's where the comeback starts. Tyrell, though. Oh, no. He's got the holy ground. Dahaka has to run. Hanzo's got the leap, though. And the interrupt is in time as Nukes for Kids has to back off. Brightwing comes in to make sure that they can zone off us altar. But unfortunately for them, only 2 shots each on each of these altars.
Oh, and it's not guaranteed yet. The respawns are coming in.
Oh, but the Illidan, the
They're
burst
still in
damage
it.
is so much here. The Tassadar Archon can't stop them from getting us altar. And A-MEI-ZING just saying, hey, we want to end this game real quick, and we don't care, like, what crazy situations we have to get in to do it, because we have 6 forts. Or 5.
Well, they fed their way back to an even game in terms of XP. This is not even by any chance, though, in the overall game state, but it's possible.
Yeah, the globals on the side of Divine 9 is going to help them get back into this game. Dahaka can stay bot, help push this tower, get it back. Brightwing can be off getting experience, and they don't have to worry about this boss getting back half, but they do have to worry about 4 of these pumpkins coming in as they grab both these camps and send 6 of them towards the core.
Yeah, it's still a long road back, especially with 2 ticks at a time, but we'll see. Dengstrom doing a good job watching Illidan solo the boss. He's already got his pings out, so they are going to bring the gank in, but we've got to watch that bottom lane for the 6 sappers coming in, and we'll have to see where the game
Oh,
lies.
and it is 5 versus 3. The globals are not here in time. Dengstrom gets blown up, and this is going to be game.
Yep. Come back. Stopped short very quickly.
Oh, Jason is trying his best. He gets the Emerald Wind. It almost works. Oh, Jason, the legend, gets it down to a millimeter to save the game. I love you, Brightwing, but you can't quite get in there, and that is going to be game going over to A-MEI-ZING. Excellent performance by A-MEI-ZING, but a hell of a fight from Divine 9.
Yep, Kazan with the MVP play went phase shift during that Emerald win and was able to get on the button instead of getting zoned off, and that secured the win for them. So a really solid performance there by A-MEI-ZING.
Okay, we're going to get see if we can get Lightnex in here for the after-game interview.
I got the team right, guys. I did it. I called the winner right.
All right, and we're going to see if they get back to us here. Okay, we're going to move to lobby 2.
Sounds good. I'll let you take care of that. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, no
Ghost
problem.
Dunk. I appreciate it.
No problem. It was an absolute pleasure casting with you. It was a fantastic time, and have a good night.
Yep, I'll look to see you around in the playoffs, too.
All right, I'm excited.
Yep, cool.
Right.
Have a good evening.
Bye. Hey, Lightnex, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing good.
Awesome. You guys definitely played in dominant fashion there. Were you guys expecting to come away with the win there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
I see we are joined also by Lisai, who was the Jaina player there. Excellent job on that hero. I do have some questions, though. I talked to my co-caster because I'm not in Division B, so I wasn't aware of you guys, but Alex Straza, of course, sort of a signature hero for you guys, right?
Yeah, we like to play it. It heals a lot, has Pacify. Seems
Yeah.
like a strong character.
Yeah, it seems good, doesn't it? But you guys emphasized Jaina very early in the draft on Towers of Doom. What was the thinking behind that?
Well, Jaina has really good clear and good damage. They took Calvin's Lisai's Li Ming, so there was that, but it's not really that much of a problem that they take Li Ming, because we can just play Jaina, which does like kind of the same role, just another mage.
Okay. Very cool. Now, I do have on Sky Temple, your opponent seemed very thrown, and so did my co-caster seemed very thrown by the fact that you picked that map. What's the story behind that?
Oh, we just wanted to play Sky Temple because it's a fun map. I mean, just throw some variety in. Usually we play Volskaya, but they banned Volskaya, so we kind of just like random roulette whatever the other map we play.
Yeah. So on the Towers of Doom game there, you guys were definitely dominant for there. You managed to 6-cap them and get maybe 5 or 6 shots, I think. But at the end there, you started to let them back into the game a little bit. Were you just desperately trying to get those last 4 shots, or were you just confident you're having a little bit of fun?
There was a lot of hesitation between the members of what to do, and if not told directly what to do, it kind of fell apart. So yeah, there was a lot of win conditions, and we just needed to send one person to each win condition, and that's it. But we didn't end up doing that and kind of let them back into the game. Yeah,
and so well done there. And Lasai, I got to say, you're very brave for diving into the danger zone there.
Which part are you talking?
When you guys got the 6-cap on them at the end, there you went and you and Illidan.
Stall the mid correctly, but
Yeah.
I just end up suiciding for no reason.
It was a lot of fun to watch, though, for sure. Now, this is the last game of the regular season for you guys, and no question about it, you have been undeniably dominant. You've only dropped 1 map this entire time, so you absolutely have to be feeling good about B West for sure. Now, looking over at B East, though, are you scared of any of those teams over there?
Not in particular. We're Gonna try to go for the full domination against each team
Mhm.
with no games dropped at all in the playoffs.
Well, good luck there. I'm really excited to see you guys aim for that goal and hit it. So it's gonna be some exciting games coming out from you guys.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, yeah. Like, there's not. I wish there was more to say, but like, there's this story of B West has been who can even try to face up against A-MEI-ZING. You guys have just been absolutely dominant. It's got to feel good. All right. You guys got any shout outs for Twitch?
Shout out to the team, Jason's team. We had a fun time playing against them.
Awesome.
Shout out to let's see, I think a couple of Asai's friends and cousins are watching, so shout out to them, and shout out to the UCI team, which I learned a lot from, and that's why we were able to play in such a methodical fashion.
Beautiful. Anything from Lisai? How do you pronounce your name, by the way?
Lisai?
Lisai, okay.
However you want to say it.
Anything from you?
Shout out to my friend Christian, who may or may not be watching at all. That's about it.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, congratulations. Another dominant victory for you guys. Have a good night.
You too.
All right.
Good night.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. A-MEI-ZING, as predicted, does take the 2-0 over Divine 9, so their fate of Divine 9 is now left up in the hands of other games, so those games are going to be going on all this week for Division B West. Make sure to check those out. I'm sure they'll be cast. I'm not sure if I'm casting any of them. I don't think I am, but I could sign up for them, so stick around. Speaking of which, if you liked this cast, go ahead and follow me at twitch.tv/ghostdunk, or just hit the follow button if you're watching this on Twitch. Thank you so much for watching. NGS is Nexus Gaming Series. Check out nexusgamingseries.com. It's an amazing league. We've got players from Grandmaster to Bronze across 60 teams, across 5 divisions. The playoffs are coming up here real soon in a couple weeks, and it's going to be a really fun time here. I've had a blast casting, and I hope you guys have had fun watching as well. So to sum up, A-MEI-ZING goes up 2-0 over Divine 9 here in NGS Division B West. I've been Ghost Dunk, and thank you very much for watching. Good night.